y'all doing? This is David Duford, owner of Buy Life Insurance for Burial, where we help people with their life insurance needs when it comes to final expenses. And the reason for this video is to give you the rundown, the truth about how Globe Life works with the many junk mail and TV commercials that you probably see. So again, the purpose of this is to really give you a non-biased view of what the process is like buying life insurance from Globe Life Insurance. Again, just to be fully transparent here, I am an insurance agent. I help people find quality final expense life insurance. I do not sell Globe Life. But either way, I want you to know what the facts are so that if you decide to buy this particular product versus some other option, at least you know what you're getting into. So Globe Life is the company you probably have heard of for many of years. Like I said, they send you a lot of stuff in the mail. Probably see their TV commercials where, as you scroll down, they're kind of sales pitches that give me $1 and I'll give you a bunch of insurance, right? Depending on if you get life insurance for adults or kids, $1 buys you $50,000, like in this example. And of course, just to be upfront with you, and they are kind of to an extent when you look at their fine print, the dollar just pays for the first month of the coverage. What it's actually going to cost over the long run depends on your age, depends on your health, and whether you're eligible for it, of course. So understand it's not $1 each month for life, and we wish it was, right? But it's always, that's kind of their hook to get you to buy from them. So let's kind of jump into this, because here's the thing, there's fine print here, guys. Whenever you look at buying any kind of life insurance or burial insurance, there's things you got to check out before you make the decision to purchase. I've sold insurance to people for years, and I try to educate my clients on the differences. And many people are shocked to find out what they thought was what they wanted is the absolute opposite. So my goal is, again, give you that education for you to make up your mind to figure out, oh, this is great, I need to get it, or perhaps do something different. So what we've got in here, of course, is our proverbial prospect that is putting his information in, Mickey Mouse. And we're going to get a quote for adult life insurance where $1 buys $50,000 in coverage with Globe Life. So I put all that stuff in, click submit, and let's see what happens. So what we're getting on the screen here, again, what are we applying for? Would you like to apply for children's coverage as well? We're going to skip that, and we're just going to look through here a little bit and see if there's anything that is mildly important we need to look at yet, which is not. So we're going to continue with the free quote for adult life insurance. This pulls us up to this page. And what we're wanting to know now, of course, is how much are you looking for and how many adults. So a couple of things here. No medical exam. Free quote. That's 100% true. Globe does not require a medical exam for what's called its simplified issue product. All they do is you apply. You do have to answer some health questions. We may or may not review those in a minute. And then when they pull your medical information from what's called the Medical Information Bureau and Prescription Check Services, they render a decision to let you know if you're approved or not. There's no waiting period, assuming you can apply for it and be approved for it. The full coverage, the first day fast approval process. So no waiting period means there are other companies out there like Colonial Penn, which you probably have heard of, others as well, where there's no questions asked, guaranteed acceptance. Remember the Alex Trebek guy that says that a lot, or Jonathan Lawson now? That's true, but there's 2 full years that you don't get natural death coverage fully. If you die of natural coverage with Colonial Penn, not Globe, but Colonial Penn, you get your money back plus 7% interest. So they're differentiating themselves here, saying, hey, look, we're different. We fully protect you if you qualify. And monthly rates as low as $349 for adults. Again, is it going to be $349 a month, folks? No. Again, it's like the $999 plan that Jonathan Lawson talks about on Colonial Penn. It ain't $999 unless you get the smallest plan possible. Usually it's more than that. I mean, it could be, $20, it could be $200 a month. It's usually somewhere in between. But understand that that's just kind of the cheapest it could possibly be. Probably going to be more. Now, we're just going to say one adult here is going to apply because this is going to give us a little bit more information about the product. We click get a quote, and then it's going to continue this process. I'm going to fill it out. I am a male, born January 1st, 1960. Continue to get quote. This shows up, and now I'm getting some options for different, what we call coverage amounts, 5, 10, 20, 30, 50. And then we get the corresponding price per month that I can get if I can qualify it for. Now, here's where it gets a little interesting. You see these links down here. Before we proceed here, I'm going to actually pull these up so we can read these. Click here to read the policy description, and click here to read the MIB notice. Now, the MIB notice is just saying, hey, you give us permission to check your health history by clicking the continue button. But the real one, and we'll look at both real quick here. The policy description here, let me see. Let me scroll up a little bit. I'm going to zoom in here and make sure that you guys can read this because it's pretty important here. I think that's going to be big enough. So right there where it says policy description, let's read it together. This is a modified premium term to age 80 product. Now it's term. Have y'all ever heard of the word term insurance before? The best way to remember what term means is term terminates, all right? And term to age 80 tells you that this terminates at age 80. So what if you live to 81 years old? Can you keep this plan? No. Do you want an insurance plan that you might risk losing if you live a long life? Because what this is saying is that's exactly what's going to happen. If you pick this plan and you go with Globe, then you will not have coverage if you live past 80. Now, there are plans that never cancel due to age or health. We can help you with that at buylifeinsuranceforburial.com, 888-626-0439. That's my direct number if you'd like to call. But let's continue on with this just to get a little more clarity here. The initial term period, so we're right here, the initial term period can either be 1, 2, 3, or 4 or 5 years in duration depending on the issue age. And what does that mean? Well, the term period is what band price you're in. So it depends on your age. Your age is what you pay is a function of what your age is. But it says you could be in this term period where it might go up. All renewal term periods begin at a 5-year plus 1 age and will be 5 years in length except for the final term period. All this is saying is as each incremental step that you make, 21, 26, from 31 to 35, you're at some price, but then at 36, you're at a higher price. So if you're older getting this and you're getting closer to the end here, guess what happens? The prices go up, and they go up tremendously. One time I had saw a client of mine down in Georgia from with a different company, but did the same thing. Her price went from $50 a month at 75 to 140, just turning a year old at 76. She couldn't afford it. She's on a limited income. She was taking oxygen plus a lot of medications, not in good health, and she had to let the thing go. And the point in bringing this part up is, do you want a plan where you may not be able to afford it later? Prices are going up on everything. Do you need this to go up in price too? Point to think about. The final 4-year period, which will always begin at age 76, will expire. Policy expires, and the policy will terminate. There it is again. Then their words, not mine, at the policy anniversary following the insured's 80th birthday. So what that means is basically, if you're 80, let's say you took the policy out in November and your birthday is in August, then it cancels in November, essentially. So long story short, this is telling you that buying a Globe Life plan, it's $1 a month, to start with at least, that you're going to start it. If you keep it in long enough, it will go up, and it gets higher and higher as you get older and older. And when you reach 80 at the anniversary date, sometime when you're 80 years old, it's gone. It cancels. And you have nothing to show for it. How does that make you feel? Hopefully not good. And then the MIB notice here, like I said, nothing shocking. Anytime you do any kind of policy, whether like with my company or with any other carriers out there, you got to do a health check, unless you're doing what's called guaranteed acceptance, where they don't do this at all. But this is the point here, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you buy one of these Globe Life plans for $1 a month, then what you're going to run into is a plan that terminates sometime after your 80th birthday, very shortly after your 80th birthday. And then all the while prior to that, the price goes up. And do you want that? Because like I said, there are plans that never go up in price, that never cancel due to health or any reason whatsoever, as long as you pay the premium. And last but not least, if you qualify health-wise, you may be eligible for first day full coverage for accidental and natural death, like what we do at Buy Life Insurance for Burial. So again, just continuing on here, they'll try to just throw in some accidental death coverage. I've never been a big fan of accidental death coverage. I don't know exactly how their plan works, But the problem is you got to die from an accident, typically within a period of time, you know, and it's not necessarily going to pay out like if you have like Alzheimer's and you fall and you hurt your head. Is that an accident or is that due to natural death? I don't know how it works with Globe, but these are the things where it gets kind of gray. And these extra accidental plans, unless you're like a motorcycle rider or something like that, or an over-the-road truck driver, it seems to make more sense. But otherwise, not been a big fan of those. So that's how this particular works, okay? I'm not going to go any further because hopefully I've demonstrated my point. So what do you do now that you know that Globe Life isn't necessarily always going to be there when you need it? If you're looking for final expense coverage, you want to pay your burial, you want to pay your cremation, you want to pay any extra bills, but you don't want to take the risk you may get too old and lose it simply because you're over a certain age, or you don't want to take the risk of paying an ever-increasing price that you may not be able to afford, then what you need is what's called final expense whole life insurance. And we at buylifeinsuranceforburial.com absolutely specialize in that. We're known what's called those as a broker. We shop around to find the most competitively priced plans dependent upon your health. We operate in most of the American states, and so we can help pretty much everybody in most states find a quality, affordable life insurance plan, whether you're looking for a few thousand or 100,000 plus, whether you're below the age of 40 or even up to age 90. There's likely plans available that we can help you with. And if you're interested to learn how we can help you, here's what you need to do. The best way to get us to help you is to call us directly. You're probably going to speak to either myself or my right-hand man, Chris, and we'll be happy to show you a quote. No pressure. We'll just show you what it is. You decide what you want to do with it. If you like it, great. If not, you can give us the boot. We'll still be friends. And you can call us at 888-626-0439. Again, it's 888-626-0439, and we can help you out right away. Again, that's the easiest way to get a hold of us. And the second option, if you just want to run a quote, is to go to buylifeinsuranceforburial.com, and when the page loads, you'll see something near the top that says request a quote. Put your information in there, kind of an idea of how much coverage you want, your birthday, all of that information, and you'll see some quotes on the next page, and then decide whether you want to do from there. Either like it and continue the process of getting more information, or just click off and express no interest in moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box. Happy to help you. And thanks so much for watching. Y'all take care.